Hello there.
Oh, hello there. So we just showed the video from Tuesday. We're not calling out any names for the Eat Crow segment, but I was viciously attacked in chat for trying to heal two off of two Colonel Yalarans. So first, before we get into it, why don't you tell us what your role is with the judges program, McFerguson?
Hey, just to be really, really clear up front, at this point, the only official representative of the judging program is Jonah, who works for Cascade, and that is the actual Nexus program that is the official judging program for Star Wars Unlimited. And it's already got a lot going on. Anybody who's interested in the rules at all should absolutely join the program. For me personally, at this point, I've been active in the judging community since like set one released, basically. Um, and I have the apprentice certification, which is the only one that's out yet. The level 1 certification should be available soon. But basically, I've been involved for a while now, helping collect a lot of the rules clarifications that don't make it into the comprehensive rule set and things like that, which is now hosted on Nexus by Cascade as well. So that is there and easily accessible for everyone. Things like the Snoke ruling of there's never a -4 because Snoke comes into play and defeats the previous Snoke. The key there is that the game state is put on pause before anything is resolved. And when a card is played, we know from this very beginning of the set one rules that this is very very clear on that part of it. When a card is played, a triggered ability that says when you play a unit or when played, that triggers, but it does not resolve.
Right. Okay.
So the uniqueness interrupts everything to clean up the game state before you proceed with resolving anything. And that's when any remaining cards in play after uniqueness is resolved, you'll have the constant abilities will then come into effect. And then in the case of Colonel Yularen, you now have two separate pending triggered abilities that you need to resolve. Now the tricky thing with a when played ability that is a triggered ability, a lot of them don't depend on the unit that they came into play with. Some of them do.
Okay.
Triggered abilities always resolve once triggered. But if it says like this unit in the ability text, then it might still do nothing even though the ability has resolved. The resolution is, hey, I'm looking for a unit that doesn't exist anymore, I guess nothing happens. In the case of Yularen, it's heal 1 damage from your base. That's always going to apply. Once triggered, it must resolve, and there's not anything that's going to prevent that unless somehow your base has been defeated in between the triggering of the ability and the resolution of the ability.
Okay, so just before you came on, we reviewed the 2-minute clip from Tuesday. So when I played the second Colonel Yularen, how much damage did I heal from just playing the Colonel Yularen the second time?
One on the board.
I had one on the board already, and I played a second. Oh, we lost Mac.
I missed the clip itself.
Okay.
I'm just in the voice chat right
so
now.
what the situation is, I have a Colonel Yularen in play. Let's go back to the
Exhausted.
So here's
right?
one. I have one here in play. It even had 2 damage on it. I'll really recreate it. So I had a Colonel Yularen with 2 damage, and then I played a second Colonel Yularen. My base, let's just say my base had 2 damage on it. How much damage will my base have on it after I play?
You should have it higher in case it heals for more than...
Oh, that's a good point. We'll say 4. I had 4 damage on my base. I play a Colonel Yularen. Walk me through it.
Sure. So the Colonel Yularen is already in play. You said he's got some damage on it already.
Yeah, this one right here is already in
And
play.
then, I'm not seeing your screen, so I'm just doing this from the audio.
For anyone in the audio group that's not on, we're on Twitch right now. The Blonde Sabine is what you go to. Twitch.tv or whatever / Blonde Sabine is where we're at. So go ahead, Mac.
So got the Colonel Yularen with 2 damage.
So-
yeah.
So yeah, we've got 2 damage on Colonel Yularen, who is currently in play, and then we're playing a new Colonel Yularen. So you're going to, if we break this down very specifically and technically, you're going to declare your intent to play the card. You're going to reveal the card. Then you're going to pay the costs. So that's tap 2 resources, exhaust 2 resources to be SWU term proper.
There, I tapped 2 resources.
And then at that point, you now have 2 when played triggers, but you're not going to touch them yet. You're just going to wait, and you're going to pick one of them to defeat.
I'm going to defeat
Now,
the damaged one.
very reasonable. So that one goes away. Now we have a valid game state, and we can resume resolution of any abilities that are pending. So we still have 2 triggered abilities sort of floating out in the ether, just waiting for us to acknowledge their existence. And since we are the active player and we have multiple triggered abilities in the same timing window, we can choose which order to do them. And we're going to say, let's do the new Colonel Yularen's when played ability. I will resolve that by healing 1 damage from my base.
There, I'm at 3 now.
Now we still have another Colonel Yularen triggered ability waiting for resolution, and we will say, let's choose to resolve that one. And we will then heal another damage from our base.
Yay! So,
Let's see.
so what he's pointing out is that Frank was right, and no one should have doubted me. No, everyone should doubt
How
me.
much did people think you would heal off of that?
Yeah, we had in our chat on Tuesday, we had like 4 or 5 world-class players, I will remind you, like master-class alumni who all advocated for only 1 damage healing. This is
Of
what
course,
we're gonna do.
I was advocating for 1 day.
Yes, because you were about to beat me, so you definitely only wanted me to heal for 1.
Yeah.
So thanks for the explanation. And
That was a
then,
great explanation.
why should, okay, let's say somebody has no interest in being a judge. Isn't there still value in them coming and participating in your judge's program?
Absolutely. Even if, so I'll take myself as an example. I hate policy questions. I love rules mechanics questions. There's a very strong chance, because I live near the Bay Area in California, that I will never actually judge an event because there's just so many judges in this area. But what I can do is I can be very available for answering rules questions. If there are 5 judges at a massive event and they need a little help with, hey, I don't remember how this works, I can be the guy on the computer saying, oh, hey, let me look that up real quick, and I can tell you in like 2 seconds what the answer to that question is. Now, even if you're not at that kind of a level, being involved in the judge program Discord is an open avenue for anyone to get very fast rules responses from a lot of knowledgeable people.
Yeah, I have an example of that
say,
for you, if I could show you. So this was, as soon as I posted the question in the judges Discord today, Chris Chanter, I guess he goes by Chanter, chimed in with this great, he found the exact rule I needed, 8.6.6, in the comprehensive rules. He even underlined for us the exact parts that proved that I should have 2 points of healing off the Colonel Yularen. So yeah, the Judges Program Discord is a great resource for people to use. So I've already seen that in fact.
So yeah, even if you are just needing a super fast, urgent response, there are the live call channels, which are designed for like emergency, immediate rules questions to be answered. So if you guys have a big online tournament going on the Twitch stream or something like that, that's a great resource to hop in the judging Discord, and there's usually someone awake at all time of the day and ready and waiting to answer questions. So it's a great resource to use even if you have no interest in being a judge yourself.
That's terrific, and we put it in our Discord.
The link.
And then, but for viewers who are watching the video later, we'll add it to the description of the video. What is the landing spot you want them? Brand new people who've not gone to the judges program ever. Where should they go first? What link?
Are we talking about people who are interested in joining the program in general, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can put it into the Twitch chat here as well. Hey, stop that. Okay, so yeah, nexus.cascadegames.com. And again, just to be clear, I'm not like an employee of Cascade or anything. I'm just a really enthusiastic, judgy person.
CascadeGames.com.
Love it.
nexus.com/nexus
Nexus.cascadegames.com.
nexus.cascadegames.com.
Cascade is the company that is running the
Right.
program on behalf of Final Fantasy, or Fantasy Flight Games. I always do that.
I do that too all the time.
Yeah.
And so the Nexus is the Star Wars Unlimited Judge program.
Yeah, and just for chat purposes, I did not call anyone out specifically by name today in the Eating Crow segment. I could have very well have been wrong, but we really, really appreciate McFerguson, you coming and giving us a
Thank
few
you so
minutes.
much. Yeah.
I highly encourage everyone to follow this link to nexus.cascadegames.com. If you want to be a top world-class player, step one, you have to fundamentally understand the rules,
Absolutely.
and you have to know how to play. So that's what I think joining the judges program and doing the first few levels of education is so important, right? Right?
Absolutely.
All right.
I would absolutely agree. If you want to be competitive at all, you need to know how those weird edge interactions
Sure.
behave. At least that starting foundation, the fundamentals of the apprentice certification. The apprentice exam is all rules, no policy. So if you don't care about like how do I run an event, at least get started with like apprentice level 1 type content, and then skip over the things you don't care about. But the actual rules mechanics are so important to playing the game correctly, because there's, like you guys were talking about, that one point of healing can hinge on defeat or win and how that works out. So you definitely want to know that. And if you're at an event and you're like, hey, hold on, I know this is not right, let's call a judge. And if you don't know, then you don't know when to call a stop and say we need to get someone else here.
Awesome. Great
Perfect.
content today, McFerguson, and we're going to send a
Absolutely.
bunch of people y'all's way today. Thanks again. I saw firsthand at Tampa how difficult it is to run tournaments. The judges there were fantastic and worked really hard, and I really have a lot of admiration and respect for both the paid and even the volunteer judges that work
Yeah.
these events for us. So thanks for doing it, dude.
Are there
Absolutely.
any
Thank you.
other questions I can answer before I have to jump off?
No, go.
Can't
We're
think of
gonna
anything.
get into some
We'll hit you
live
up if
play
we get
now.
some.
Come hang out on Twitch with us anytime. We have fun at lunchtime, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays at lunch, hanging out playing SWU. You'd probably enjoy
All right,
it.
I gotta get back to my real job, so y'all have a good time.
Understand. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate it. Bye.
All right, what a great segment. We'll definitely
was
clip
awesome.
that and add that video in as a follow up to the everybody but Frank almost thought it was Heal 2. No, Heal 1.